YouTube is really easy to manipulate. All you have to do is use some of these skills. And today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the things that I do and strategies that I take with YouTube. Okay. Now, obviously, if you've been doing YouTube for a long time, you know that things change all the time. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about just a couple different things that I haven't talked about while doing YouTube, and also giving you guys a story. I like giving stories. That's just kind of my thing. I know it might be boring and I might be kind of lame, but some people can relate to where I'm at, and some of you probably can, and it might be good info to hear for you guys. So I just want to start off with giving you guys a good little story before we get started with this video. But before we get all deep and all into that, just make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video and turn on the notification bell. Sorry for my words. I had a long day today. But don't forget, once we reach 7,000 subscribers, I will be giving away $100 to one lucky person. So go ahead, help a brother out, subscribe up, and let's just go ahead and jump on into the video. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, these certain skills will definitely help you with YouTube and will also help you with other skills in life. And to be honest, these skills that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today are tied to pretty much like customer service and sales, right? And I know you guys are probably like, what the heck does that have to do with YouTube? But it honestly has a lot to do with YouTube. And I'll just start with customer service. Right? A lot of people don't know how to talk to people, right? So for me, what really helped me crack and break out of my shell was I got my first like customer service job. My first job I ever had when I was 15 was trying to sell different businesses on getting their like business on a like magnet that goes on a refrigerator, right? So at 15 years old, that was my first job. I had to do cold calls and call as many businesses as I could think of or see in the phone book. I know you young people aren't used to a phone book, but we had to go on the phone book and look at different businesses. You know what's so crazy? I wonder what a phone book will look like right now in 2025. Anyway, so I had to go on the phone book, find different businesses to call to see if they want to be on a magnet that is placed on a refrigerator. So for example, if you ever needed to call a plumber, or you ever needed to call an electrician, or you ever needed to call a lawn care service, whatever the business was that I felt was important, you could go to your fridge and say, oh, there's the person for my lawn care. Anyway, it just gave you a quick list of phone numbers to find a service for whatever you need, right? So we would call different businesses and try to get them on these flyers, aka magnets, and that was the sale. Okay, so that's what started my customer service / sales career. All right, from there, fast forward into now, I do manage a couple other people, and I think I am a solid manager. I think my people will vouch for me when I say that, because I'm a very energetic and fun guy, but I also am relatable. I know that I've been through the phases of sales just like them, and them knowing that and me showing them that I'm not no better than you. I think that's why they really rock with me. So shout out to my team and everything for that. But anyway, we're not gonna go into all that. Customer service will really help you go a long way. It doesn't matter what field or job or anything that you're working in. If you can make somebody feel good just by having a conversation with them, and I think that's pretty much what customer service is, then it will take you a long way. Let me give you an example, right? So I had to have a plumber come to my house, and no one ever wants to pay the plumber. No one ever wants to pay the electrician because we know it comes with a cost, right? So the plumber came over, and the first thing he does is he tries to conversate with me, and he tries to conversate with my kids, and I'm like, okay, first I'm like standoffish because I'm like, whatever, I'm paying you, so I'm gonna be whatever. Anyway, he goes to the bathroom, does whatever he has to do to fix things in there. He comes back out. He's like, hey, I need to go get this. I need to go do that. I'll be right back. I'm like, okay, no problem. He comes back. He still has that good energy. He still has that good tone of voice. And that is a big thing. The energy and your tone of voice when you're talking to people, that plays a big part in people just opening up to you or just being able to trust you when it comes to conversation or trying to sell them something, right? So he comes in and he has that same energy. He's saying hi to the kids and everything like that, goes back to the bathroom and does whatever he has to do. And then he gives me some bad news, right? He tells me, hey, we fixed the issue that you had, but there's a new issue because I broke something and now I need to fix that for you. It is going to cost you more money because we have to do this, and this. So I apologize, but this is what it is, right? So normally for me, like, I would be fucking pissed. And don't get me wrong, I definitely was pissed. But because his good customer service and because he spoke to me like a human being and didn't treat me like, I don't know, like just like I'm just another customer that you're working with, right? It was such an amazing experience. And even though it pissed me off, I was just like, hey, I can't be mad at you because you know what you're doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You could be ripping me off right now, but the fact that you gave me good customer service, I'm willing to say, hey, all right, I'll pay whatever it is for you to get the job done, right? So that's example number one. Number two, right? I was getting some home internet installed in my house, and the guy that was installing it, he comes over and he's a magician, right? He's a magician. And I'm like, I used to like magician when I was a kid. When I used to buy the Scholastic books. I know Scholastic is still around now, but I would buy the Scholastic books and I would buy the little magician kit. And he was a magician guy. So I'm like, man, what, like, let me see something. Like, I'm trying to play him because I'm like, it ain't gonna be nothing cool. Long story short, he does this cool magic trick and like blew my mind. And then I'm talking to him and he's telling me about how he travels to do these magic tricks, even though he does work this job as a installer for home internet. He was just breaking it down to me like, man, this is what I do. I do side gigs. I do this. I do that. But as my main job, my 9 to 5, this is what I'm doing. And it was just so mind blowing to me because I didn't expect him to come in and be able to just show me some magic tricks. I'm thinking, standard guy, come in, do his job, and go home, right? This guy was fun. Like, we even kicked it. We laughed. We talked about sports. And that's what I mean by having good customer service. Knowing how to not only do your job, but also engage with the person that's spending money with you. And you don't have to use that specifically with spending money. That could be anything. You can have good, like right now, me talking to you guys, in my opinion, you guys aren't my customers, but I can open up to you guys no problem and give you me and expect that you guys will give me the same thing in return, right? Because that's all customer service is. Good customer service is respecting the person on the other end and just making sure that you get the job done for whatever it is that you have to do, no matter what the job is. So I know you guys are like, why are we talking about customer service right now? And what does that have to do with YouTube? And what does that have to do with anything else? Well, for me, at some point when you're trying to, grow the bag or grow, your YouTube in general, right? For now, you might start off not trying to sell anything to people. And personally, I'm not trying to sell anything to people. What I do is I talk about the products that I actually use, and I give you guys a link to that product. And if you want to go get that product yourself because you trust that what I'm telling you is valid, then the link is there for you to go purchase on your own. I'm not shoving these products down your throat. I'm not saying you have to go and buy this because it's the only product you need. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just simply pointing out these products are what I use every day. They work. It's good quality. If you want to buy it, here it is, right? So the fact that I have good customer service, I can also include a product into that, which is the sales side, that will help me with my customer service and help me with my sales, right? And working at a phone store is what taught me all of that, right? That's what helped me. Okay, I shouldn't say it taught me all of that, but it really helped me understand the basic knowledge of sales and customer service, okay? So get yourself into a phone store, right? If you're young and like you're trying to figure out what to work, because like you don't want to go work fast food or you don't want to go work here or there, like try to work at a phone store, a T-Mobile, a Verizon, a AT&T, corporate stores, not the authorized dealers. Try to work there. And the reason I say that is because not only can you make commission, but you're going to get hourly as well, right? So most people don't know this, but let's just say a full-time rep can make just as much as a police officer, depending on what town and city you live in. But where I live, our standard sales reps are custom. Why am I getting my words messed up? Where I live, reps here that just work a standard full-time job at a phone store make just as much as a police officer. I don't know how or why. Like, these people are risking their lives doing all these things for the same amount of person that's working in a phone store selling iPhones and Samsungs. So in my opinion, start there. If you're young, get into a phone store. You guys like to have all these new phones and all this and have the latest and greatest phones. Well, get in a phone store. That's all you got to do. It's honestly really easy to get in there. It's not too much you have to really know how to do. Just have a drive for hustle and, wanting to succeed and good customer service. If you don't have good customer service and you're not a people person, it's going to be kind of hard to get in there. But I'm telling you, it's not that hard to get in. We've hired so many people that just don't make sense for sales. I'm telling you guys, it's very easy. The hardest thing about getting into retail phone service is passing that assessment. And the assessment isn't even hard. They're very much common sense questions, but some people overthink them and answer them incorrectly. And it's like, just answer them how you want the manager to answer it, if that makes sense. I don't know how to even put that together, but hopefully you get what I'm saying, right? So that's really it. Like, getting into a retail cell phone store is very easy and very simple. I will do another video if you guys want, kind of breaking that down, what you need to do to get a sales retail job at a phone store. But I'm telling you, if you're starting out, you're just getting out of college or just getting out of high school, you're 18, go to a phone store. Your phone bill's cheap, great medical insurance, great PTO. Like, if you want to take time off and go have fun and go to your concerts, do whatever, great, all of that. And you can make $60,000 as a rep in a phone store, right? If you're in a slow market where, you live in a little bit of a rural area, 40, 50,000. But even then, that's really good for a representative that's in a store. Don't have to deal with no physical labor. Don't have to deal with being cold outside or hot outside. Like, you're indoors at all times with AC, just trying to get sales, okay? When I was doing sales, when I was a rep, I was averaging at least 55 to 60,000 a year as a rep. So I'm telling you guys, it's very, very easy and you can do it. Now, the cons to that though is you don't really get the time that you want to go and do things. For example, you're mostly always going to be working on weekends. You're never really going to have time to balance having fun, if I'm being honest. Now, good thing is things that are fun usually are going on at night. So most stores close at 8, 8:30, 7, 7:30. So you'll have time after work to get off. But the thing is, your schedule is going to be all over the place. One week you might have Monday through Friday off, or Monday and Friday off. One week you might have Saturday and Sunday off. So it just depends. The weeks vary on your time off. You can't have a set schedule. And that's probably the one con that I would say about working retail cell phone service is, man, you don't get no set schedule. So think about that. But if that's the only con that's crazy, which there are other things, but that's the main con I would say, I think that's doable, especially with that type of money. Now, sales skills, you definitely want to have some type of sales skills. So even if you're the person, okay, let me say two things: sales skills and technology, knowing about technology, right? So knowing how to just do the basics of a cell phone. You don't need to know all these different specs of a cell phone. You don't need to know all these different things, because most customers are coming in wanting the phones that they want anyway. So you don't really have to go over specs too much. And if you do, it's always okay to say, I don't really know, but let me find out for you to make sure that spec or whatever feature is there for you. Tie the benefits of the device to the customer. Don't try to sell the customer because you like the phone or you like the accessory or whatever it is. Sell them on the benefits that help them. All right. Because most companies, if I'm correct, depending on which company you work for, they don't pay you on this phone that you sell. So it doesn't matter what phone you sell them. You get paid mainly on the plans and the accessories that you sell the customer. Now, that's really the main things that I would say about working in a retail store. And I'm going to show you guys something really cool that you also can do while working in a retail store. Okay, my next thing, really cool, really cool. Let me read this first before I show you guys. Make sure ain't none of my personal info in here. But this is the type of stuff you can get when working at a phone store. I got a free iPhone 16 Pro, and this is it right here. I got a black 16 Pro for free from Apple because of me being a pro Apple salesman / pro Apple guru. I am the Apple Don. If you got any questions or anything about Apple, I'm the guy. Anyway, but I was able to get a free iPhone from Apple, which is pretty cool because they have a program called Seed, and you can only join that Seed program if you work for a phone carrier. So really cool. And I think that's the one thing that I would say is pretty cool. Like, those are the little things or the benefits that you get working at a phone retail store. All right. So definitely look into that. A great hustle or great opportunity to get into if you're young, or even if you're in your 20s or even in your early 30s. Like, it's not a bad company to get started with, and you don't need to know too much stuff, right? If you have the proper management and proper training, I think you'll do fine. I don't think you need to know too much stuff about that. All right. So that's one of my key tips, I would say, to get started with retail or just get started with sales and customer service. And like I said in the beginning, I know you guys are wondering, what does that have to do with YouTube? And I'm going to say it again. What I think it has to do with YouTube is simply being able to talk to people, or just talk to the camera in general, and respond to people when they say things to you. It might be negative, it might be positive, but you're able to respond to them in a respectful manner, and also be able to take feedback and utilize that feedback to be better, right? So that's the customer service part for me. The sales part for me is your links that you're putting in your description box, right? Because at the end of the day, you might not be trying to sell things to people, but technically you are, okay? So when people are putting these links to certain products in their description box, you technically are trying to sell a product to somebody, right? Now, it's blind selling. So you're not necessarily saying, hey, I think this will benefit you. I want you to go buy this right now. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm telling you how I'm using it. And if you want to buy it, you can go buy it. I like that sales strategy. It's not pushy. It's not forcing anybody to do something they don't want to do. It's really just hooking somebody up and giving them the quality and the advice of something that you enjoy. Okay. So that's what I would say. If you want to get a little boost on your YouTube, right, and even give you some content, right? If you're fine with filming while you're at work, and just be cautious if you are doing that, because you are working with people's personal information, and also some people might not want to be uploaded onto YouTube. So just be cautious if you're going to do something like that. But I'm just saying, hey, you could create some content out of it, and I am going to give you guys some content, just showing you guys kind of the day in the life of working at a phone store. But and I'm going to try to make it to where I won't get in trouble, put it like that. But anyway, So yeah, like that's a good strategy I think to take on learning how to do sales and learning how to do good customer service. Getting those two basic steps down will help you with your own business if that's what you want to do. It will also help you with real estate if you want to get into real estate. It would also help you be a good car salesman. It would also help you with if you're wanting to go be an engineer and you want to be you're your own contractor and you're trying to sell yourself on people choosing you to do whatever they need you to do, right? Like you need customer service and you need sales. I think everybody needs that. If you're fine with just doing the bare minimum and not advancing in your career, then yes, you probably don't need customer service or sales. And for example, a good example of a job like that is working at McDonald's. You don't really need good customer service. Obviously, if you're at the register talking to people, you probably need a little bit customer service. But I mean, you know, they'll hire anybody there. So good customer service at McDonald's, you don't really need it like that. And you don't really need sales. You're not trying to upcharge someone on, hey, instead of getting that McChicken, how about you get this big chicken mac, whatever. Like you don't have to upsell anything at McDonald's. It's going to sell itself. Same for Walmart, right? Like Walmart, yeah, do you need good customer service? Maybe a little bit, but like you don't really need it because most people are going to self-checkout anyway. And you don't have to upsell people on anything there as well, right? The things that you're really gonna need sales and customer service is when you're dealing with building your own brand. And at the end of the day, YouTube is building your own brand. You're a contractor to YouTube. You are creating content to make money and also to build sponsors and build different products to preach to people that they buy from you or even your own product that they buy from you, right? So that's why I'm telling you sales and customer service tie heavily into YouTube. And I know that's like, I don't know if you guys ever heard someone say something like that, but I'll be the one to say I'm the first, or maybe I'm not the first and I'm just another person that's bringing it back up again. But I'm telling you guys, get your customer service, get your sales down, start at a phone store if you haven't started at all. Even no matter your age, as long as you have a little bit of what's the word I want to use? Spice or just a little bit of finesse with your conversation, and you enjoy talking to people and you enjoy sales, right? I don't think you'll have a problem. Okay, so those are just some of my tips and tricks for you guys for advancing in YouTube or just advancing in your career in general. You don't have to use this for YouTube, but use these things for wherever it is you want to do in your career. Okay, that's it, man. I know I kind of rambled. I like to ramble because I feel like when I'm just talking off the hip, I feel like I'm freestyle talking and I get to speak on things that I really want to talk about. And I'm not just trying to think of cool things to say when I'm on the camera, right? So thank you guys for just listening to me. I told you guys we're going to do this. We're going to stay consistent. We're going to try to make a video every single day, 2025, if we can. I'm not saying I'm going to hit every day, but I'm going to try my hardest to do that. And if you guys are supporting me, it's only going to make it even easier. So I really appreciate you guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we are almost at 7,000 subscribers. And once we reach that, I will give away $100, okay? 2025 is coming today/tomorrow. If you're seeing this in the future, hello, welcome. We're probably in a new year or maybe we're in 2025, but I'm speaking to the people in the future and I'm also speaking to the people in right now, okay? So that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Scoofy here. Subscribe to the channel. Man, I'm telling y'all, all subject, Thunder's going to win the championship, man. I'm telling you, my room is thundered out. I've been a Thunder fan forever, so I'm not one of these bandwagon motherfuckers in here. You know, you can go back. Ain't no mystery in my history when it comes to the Thunder. You can go check it out, all right? Scoofy here, and I'm out.